Hi guys, welcome back to the Small Barn Workshop, or this week welcome to the office of the Small Barn Workshop. So a couple of weeks ago when I 3D printed the hose connections for my cyclone separator, I said that if anybody wanted to know how I did it, or if many of you wanted to know how I did that really easily, I would make a video for you. At the moment, the dust extraction system is in construction in the workshop. It's partially working, and hopefully in the next video, I'll bring you the total build for that. But today, whilst I'm printing parts out for this, I thought I would share with you the method I used to do this. Now, it's really simple. It uses a couple of pieces of software or a couple of pieces of information from the internet which are free. So what I'm trying to achieve here is, first of all, I've printed out from MakerWorld a standard blast gate. There'll be 3 blast gates in the system. Then I need to fix that part to this part. These is just 100mm evacuation pipe, and at the moment it doesn't quite fit, it's a little bit slack. Also, as I print these, I want to make sure that I'm creating it in a dust extraction flow, so pipes fit inside as they go through the system, if that makes sense. So it'll fit over this and it'll fit into this, just like the one I've already printed, over and then on like that. Now, to do that, I just need to take a few measurements with a cheap digital caliper. This is literally a tenner from my mate Jeff Bezos. So the inside diameter of this pipe, these are critical dimensions I need. The critical dimension of this pipe is 100.5mm inside. So we'll probably make that 100.3, so it's just tight but will slide in easily. The outside dimension of this is 113.2mm. And then the other dimensions that I do need is the depth of that, which is 44mm, and the depth of this, which is 60mm. So once I've got them dimensions, I can then go to the software and enter the information. Now, there is a couple of ways you could do these. Well, in fact, there's probably more than a couple of ways you can do this. But you can, first of all, you can build your own model in Tinkercad, which is not that hard. It's just a case of just practicing with it. In terms of the things that I found useful when I made my dust port, was really all this is a series of cylinders. You've got a cylinder that's about 50mm, cylinder that's about 45mm. The correct length, you just align them up, and there's 2 tools that you really need to get used to in Tinkercad. One of them is create a cylinder that size, and then you sort of amalgamate them together and center them, and the center tool is really good. Once you sort of lasso the whole thing and then press the center button, and it centralizes everything, and then you get a cylinder hole, which does exist in Tinkercad, an hole, and then you drop the hole in, slightly smaller in this case. It's sort of 4mm smaller than the radius, so you get a 2mm wall. Centralise that, convert it to a STL file, and then bring it into the Bambulab studio and print it. What I'm going to show you now is nowhere near as complicated as that. It's really easy. Now, just a couple of thank yous. First of all, when I started my 3D printing journey, reached out to a friend of mine on Instagram, Bill at Italy Woodcraft, to ask Bill a few questions about 3D printing, because he was already well ahead of the curve of me on there, and it was actually Bill who recommended the P2S. Bill sent me a link to Thingiverse where you can actually download this program, for the want of a better description, object that you can create these with. So I'll show you how that works. So thank you to Bill. If you're not following Bill over at Italy Woodcraft, go over there on Instagram and find him and say thank you for sharing this with us. And the other thank you I should say was actually the guy who designed this product on Thingiverse, because without him doing this, then we wouldn't be able to do any of that. So we'll do that when we go over to the computer. So everything that I'm going to show you on the computer, I'll link in the description of the video. You need to go to Thingiverse and download the file for the connectors, and then you need to go over to a website called OpenSCAD and download the software to make this work. It's only a little tiny program. Now, if, like me, you're running a Mac, you might just have difficulty installing it because it's such a small program, not from a large software manufacturer, my Mac wouldn't let me install it. I had to go into the settings and OK the installation within the settings. So let's go over to the computer and I'll show you how to do this. I'm going to set screen recording. So the first thing we need to do is go over to Thingiverse up here and find this file here, 1246651. This was uploaded in 2016 by Folly Maker. So Folly Maker is the second person we need to thank, because so we go into there and we download the file. It says download all files, but it's actually just downloading the file. File will download. It's a zip file. You need to go into the files and find the files, and it's this vacuum hose adapter we need. Once we've got that, we then need to go into the SCAD, this OpenSCAD.org website, and download this software. It's a little tiny file. Now I've already done that, so I can close that down. And once that opens, then we can start from scratch. So we'll go new file. So that's a new file. Get our download that we've just got there, and we'll just drag that into the software. So you see this. And then you need to make sure that you've got this checked, this parameters checked here. Now if you've not got that checked, you just need to go into the view file and down to the bottom and just turn it on down here. So the instructions of how to use this file are here. So I didn't know this when I first started. Basically I just read the instructions here, and this tells you how to work the OpenSCAD software to do what I'm going to show you how to do. So once you've got this file open with all these parameters down here, it's just a case of entering the details that you need. Big end for me is going over this, so that's 113.5. I'll make it a little bit bigger, so we'll make it 114.
Can't be more than 114.
So here we've got the choice of outside and inside. We want the inside of it to be 114 millimeters. We want the, as you can see, it's gone really big. We want that dimension to be about 40 millimeters. And then on the bit that attaches to the pipe, we want this to be about 50 millimeters. So it's 60 millimeters deep, so 50 millimeters is good for us. And a diameter of, that's 100.4. So if we make it about 100.3, gives us a little bit of wiggle room. 100.3. The small length is 50 millimeters. The wall thickness I'm going to bump up to 2 millimeters, just so it's nice and robust. And then the taper length, so the bit that tapers from there to there, I'm going to make that 30 millimeters. Everything I've made so far, the other adapters have all been 30 millimeters. So make that 30 millimeters, not 303 millimeters, 30 millimeters. And the diameter of the outside there is actually the outside diameter. So we've got an inside diameter, an outside diameter. That's all we need. And then a large end grip if you want to grip your ends. For me, I don't need it, so I'm going to put that to 0. That is all we need to do. The first one I made for the cyclone system, that was my prototype, because I just did exactly what I've done then, and I just printed one off to see if it worked before I use that PETG yellow. Once we've done that, we go to the file, we export it, STL for the 3D printer. So file, export, STL, save as, let's give it a name. So I'm going to keep it on my desktop. We'll call it a T joint to dust port. So that's what I'm going to call that. I'll keep it on my desktop. And then file, export, missed it, file, export, STL, and takes a little while. It seems to disappear while it regenerates. Then it's back again, and then that should be on my desktop. And there it is there, T-joint to dust port. So if I just then, once I finish with this, and just minimise that, I can then open my Bamboo Studio, which is there. Go to the Prepare tab, that's the one I've done earlier. I can delete that. I can go to my T-joint to dust port, drag that in. It's already yellow because I've already been using the PET-G, but if I wanted to, say, do it in PLA grey, I could do that, but I'll do it in the yellow, slice it, and then I'm ready to print. So I can press print. So I just need to finish the job I've got in the printer now, and then once that's finished, we'll print this and we'll print it out, make sure it works. This is turning out to be quite a complicated structure, but I think it's going to look quite cool once it's fixed back to the wall and installed in the total system. I'll go through the full dust extraction build in the next video once I've got the rest of the parts. Almost out of the yellow PET-G now until my next delivery comes, which may be as soon as today. I've got a couple of rolls en route. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was some use. Slightly different kind of video for me, if I'm honest. Doing some computer work, filming computer work is something I've not done before, so I hope the video was okay for you guys. If so, please give me a thumbs up. Always appreciate a subscribe if you think it's of benefit and you want to see the rest of this dust extraction system being built, and I shall catch you on the next video, guys. See you soon. Cheers. Bye.